So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
Anyone without a blade, come and get one. Sharpest edge in Dravost, guaranteed.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time, if enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let... Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would be keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did ya?
Blackthorn.
Oh.
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down, unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. So then, long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology?
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best.
But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, he left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost. Bloody stupid. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead?
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost...
Fine. I've said...
Yeah. So...
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to... bite it off. Cheers, Clive. You,
We can't afford to waste any more.
right you are. Might be worth having one. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn.
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. And there are more coming up.
What was I saying?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep...
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, you're meant to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No...
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing.
I'm going out. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much...
And if they kill you...
You evacuate, but it won't come to that. I promise. Take good care of Dravost till I get...
Leave it to me, and...
All right. Which one of you's first?
Waken winds!
Farewell. Is that it? Apparently not. Past me. Now, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
Sid! Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. But mostly, I felt great.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether, meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your wall.
And that's if the flood don't spread. I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but with ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than any. We'll fortify the gates, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right? Then we'll give you a hand sure enough.
As for you, Black, that's twice you've turned up when Dravosh needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I should...
Too bloody right you shouldn't. I always envied you. You made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but... our work used to be the pride of dump. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day. It's not about the craft. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but the average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current. Come back to us, Blackthorn. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let... But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to... Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling.
I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid.
And this is?
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to hone an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravozd in the first place? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with a hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
You know what? I think you might be right. Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the hideaway, would you?
As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your tool.
Come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of Papio nuts and all.
We were just about to make a start on that sword.
It's funny, but none of this would have been... You remember Camille? We'll be using his leather work. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charm. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be... And the final flourish will be my talent...
A team effort, led by the...
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if...
To the bellows it is, then.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. But we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravost.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok. Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next.
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs!
I never thought me and Zoltan would ever... And if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't. You've been a good friend to me, Clive. So, what'll it be? Anything else?
The stew's awfully full.
Covered in nicks and lumps. Oh, I wasn't expecting you back. All yours. All done?
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than...
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears...
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary, yet still, it was the king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me. Oh, it was only one man established his dominance that day. I'm sorry, brother. It's just... I have never felt so powerless. Perhaps the prince...
What is this place?
Don't move. Here, it's fresh from the well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand, then ultimately? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you come in.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.